Neoplanet S.
Spawning down in the bottom left-hand corner, currently leading the series 1-0 from Team Liquid, it is TaeJa!
So many earthquakes lately, Sean. Good job that Terran have good building codes.
I feel another one coming on, Mike.
Oh, spawning in the top right side. Before it collapses around us, it is IG MacSed!
Nice. So, this is a map where I would be really shocked to see TaeJa go Command Center first, and here he is. He's going to go Command Center first.
Sean, you look shocked.
I'm completely blown away and speechless, which is why I'm continuing to talk.
All right, in the top right side, we also see that gas is going to be going down. The gateway is here as well. Sean, do you have any predictions on what the S stands for in Neoplanet S? I'm still trying to figure it out.
Probably snake-like, because there's no direct path to your opponent's base. You take a snaky one no matter what. It's my answer.
Said it with such confidence. That is now officially what it stands for.
The Neoplanet Snake.
Snake-like.
Planet Snake-like.
All right, Cybercore going to be coming on up. Sean, you know what the most gratifying thing is to do as Protoss?
Oh, I can't wait to find out. What is it?
Aside from storming just any time, but also chrono boosting out a Mothership Core because it lasts the exact duration of a chrono boost.
Oh my god, I feel perfectly efficient.
It's so great.
It's like when I get a 2-pack of Twinkies and eat the whole thing. Perfectly efficient.
I thought you were going to say in one bite, but either way.
Yeah, I don't even unwrap it. I just eat the whole thing, and I'm like crying. I'm like, I have no power. I can't control myself.
Isn't it a good world we live in where Twinkies exist again?
Oh, God, thank God for that.
Nexus goes down.
Wow.
Not blocked off by the SV.
I'm surprised that TaeJa wasn't able to block that one off.
Maybe TaeJa just wants to even it up a little bit. He's feeling good about that last game. It's like, no, I'll let you have that expansion. He is going to be harassing the mineral line, though. With that,
this is a surprisingly annoying harassment. And, as you say, to exactly one chrono boost, but 405, the timing when it pops out. TaeJa not going to stay too far into the Protoss space because the Mothership Core, but gets to stay there pretty long. If you see nothing coming out of this gateway, there's really nothing that can kill off the SCV. So TaeJa steals 5 minerals, which is like totally a felony in StarCraft.
That's true. It's way worse when you sit there and harass it, basically locking down 1 mineral patch. He decides to take those 5 minerals back on home, though. And he'll probably get back to work. We once again have a 3-on-1 versus these rocks. Makes me sad every time, Sean. They never win. I just want to see sometimes, you know how every now and then, at least when I host little show matches and stuff, I'll accidentally select the wrong version of a map where they change something slightly different. I hope one of these times it sneaks in and those destructible rocks, when you kill them, they just kill all your stuff.
That would be amazing. And then everyone would call TaeJa the Scissors Terran.
Love it. Mothership Core going to be taking down those rocks there.
Thank you to the rock, paper, scissors players in the audience who got that.
I just got it. Thank you.
There we go.
All right, Marines moving out. What's the point of 5 Marines? Are they looking for a Mothership Core pylons?
Yeah. The first big thing is to try to cut off the Mothership Core. But, of course, you get the opportunity to potentially bait a Mothership Core. In this position, it's going to be pretty straightforward because MacSed should have a second stock route. Almost all players should have a second stock route at this point in time. Whoa!
Yep.
Actually does bait it. That kind of surprises me. I mean, you can actually just pull the stalker back or get a second stalker. But, I mean, what's nice for TaeJa is that TaeJa knows. No second stalker, you got to be doing something else with your gas. It's probably a double tech. So that's either Dark Templar with Robo, or it's saving up for a lot of gateways, or it's going to be this Colossus Phoenix.
Yeah, he did end up losing all 5 of those Marines, so 250 minerals are gone there, but did, of course, force that photon overcharge. And the gateways the barracks are, of course, done. We also have the stim pack research on the way. Pretty takeful stuff there. Also going to have a factory, and looks like TaeJa just scouting around. So far, it looks like he's playing it kind of timid with this engineering bay and the factory on the way. You think it's going to be a starport next, or could we actually see a siege tank? Is that possible?
Nope.
Okay.
Going to be going up the starport tech, and of course, I actually think that's a very reasonable question. Like, why don't we see siege tanks in this matchup? It means that you can't split your army up if you siege it up and attach it to the ground. Sure, it'll be hard for Protoss to engage that part, but Protoss will get the opportunity to choose when the engagements begin. It makes it very, very hard to use tanks unless you use them in like a rush sort of capacity.
Robotics Bay on the way. Now, Sean, forgive me for forgetting, is this earlier than last game or around the same time?
This looks right around the same time. Might be a smidge later, but I mean, TaeJa just seems to have MacSed's number. Look at this, the missile turret just finishing up. Marines in the mineral line. In the main, no turret at all, but TaeJa's fine with that. And this is kind of interesting. Double reactor from TaeJa, not the more Polt-like double tech lab.
Now, keep in mind that last game, those Phoenix, I mean, obviously, MacSed didn't end up winning that game, but we're still able to harass the mineral line a little bit, so this time this turret going to be shutting even that down, so MacSed's going to have to kind of scratch around, see if he can find any weaknesses in the defense here of TaeJa. There's going to be that starport right there. Reactor was happily built by that factory, and it's going to be immediate medevac production. Now, what I want to see is if MacSed can actually intercept those medevacs this game. They intercept a poor Marine. But other than that, not a whole lot of damage dealt with these.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the intercept on the medevac is going to be huge. Almost always you'll see Terrans just halt at 4 medevacs and go into other production. MacSed, of course, getting the extra gateways up. The exact same build. Ooh, not the exact same build. More gateways incoming from MacSed. So this could be a little bit of a fake. Move in with the Phoenixes, force your opponent to begin that Colossus production, and then snap him down with mass gateway Colossus rush.
Yeah, the timing on those Phoenix was actually great. The medevacs literally spawned 1 or 2 seconds later, but TaeJa able to scare them out of there before the medevacs actually do spawn. He does go ahead and move on out right now. And Sean, at this point, does TaeJa try to do drops or just push the front?
Yeah, no drops now that the Phoenixes are out. And, you know, as you're saying, losing the medevacs is going to be a real terror, so he's going to keep those parked right on over the Marines and just kind of waltz to the front and present to MacSed, look at all the units I have, and hope that he, you know, does some poor decision then.
All right, 1 SCV there. Going to be patrolling back and forth. Might get killed off by the Phoenix there, but was trying to delay that expansion as long as he possibly could. Once again, we are seeing the Colossus out. I mean, it's very similar builds, just, of course, a different game and a different map here, as that Colossus will try and hold the line right now. We'll see if TaeJa decides to go for it, or if he just wants to play the denied game.
Uh-oh.
And we're sending that 1 Marine up.
So smart from MacSed. He spreads everything out 1 scan distance apart. So a single scan can see 4 gateways. And if you're TaeJa, you're going to be thinking smart things, because you're one of the best Terrans in the world. You're going to scan that and think he's doing the same thing as last game, but he's not doing the same thing as last game, and that's what we call a mind game, Mike.
Oh, God, Sean, don't even get it started. Mind games.
Begins. MacSed is actually not doing much with his gateway production yet, but he has about a 2-minute window where he can get in there and have some influence before too many Vikings arrive. And it looks like this is going to be the trigger event when he sees us expand coming down.
Oh, God, the Phoenix. They do to intercept the medevacs. They're unable to kill those off. Those Phoenix dangerously low on HP right now. But again, we have seen the Viking production in full swing. 4 at a time. Actually, just 2 right now, but he does have the starports to be able to do that. Actually has a Hellion on the way. Just kind of randomly mixing him in, because why not? And Observer here spots the 3rd base. I believe he... Did MacSed cancel that 3rd? I believe he did. I thought he had one on the way, unless I'm hallucinating.
That's the tricky move. This is MacSed. He's going to try to convince his opponent he's doing this, but there's no way you can support these 6 warp gates and a Stargate and the Robo. So TaeJa getting tricked right now. MacSed is about to swing in with some mass production. That probe down at the bottom side. Oh, TaeJa is going to be in for a big surprise. When this huge army moves in, almost never would you expect this kind of composition to be attacking right now.
And also remember that this map has no Xel'Naga Watchtower, so this is going completely unscouted so far. The Phoenix here intercept 1 Viking there. TaeJa immediately realizing, I got to retreat with my Vikings. Realizes not yet, though, that he has to retreat his whole army.
The Vikings are getting chased down. This is perfect for MacSed.
He's going to move into that natural right now, realizing he doesn't even have to kill off the 3rd base if he can kill the main and the natural, but it looks like at the same time, TaeJa going to be moving on in here. We are going to be having a very early base race type situation here where the armies are completely back and forth here. No Mothership Core with this army either. Oh, the Phoenix getting sniped there in the main, or in the middle of the map. At the same time, though, TaeJa going to be running up the main and might be able to take out 1 Colossus at the same time, though the probes are completely exposed, and Mothership Core cannot recall this army back home.
Oh my gosh, I mean, Photon Overcharge is not quite that good. Can't hold off this entire army. Mothership Core is going to go down. It is a base trade. And of course, as everyone has said famously every time this happens, never base race a Terran.
Especially if you don't have a whole lot of flying units left. Take a look at the units tab overall. There's actually no Phoenix remaining, so if those buildings escape, you can't actually kill them off. At the same time, the base of the top right side taking a lot of damage. The probes might even need to join in this fight right now. The Nexus cannon trying to rake in the kills, only at 3 right here, but we are going to be having a very far and wide spread. Oh. Actually, wait, there is 1 Phoenix out now, and he could use that. That could be the deciding factor. The command center in the middle is going to get taken out as well by the Stalker.
Oh no!
This is so key.
He needs to keep these alive, because if these Phoenixes or if these Vikings die, then this Phoenix is going to be able to pick off any building that's floating up in the corner. In the Army Supply tab, we see that it is a tremendous lead for MacSed, who has now eviscerated the main base. The third is no longer mining. SCV is looking for a new home.
Yeah, they're evacuating out of there very, very quickly. A couple of Zealots going to be running down there. Both these players trying to vie. It looks, or vie for a position. Looks like in the middle, that command center actually getting repaired up. That could be huge. Could drop mules at that high yield. And we will see if this army right now can actually engage. You can see that MacSed has not rebuilt his base. That's going to reveal all the buildings for him. And does he have any probes? He has one singular probe. Where's it at? It's down the bottom right side. Keep an eye on him. He's very important because there is no nexus. Oh, the drop over here. The probe trying to juke around. He somehow gets the sense as that Zealot able to spot for the one probe trying to make it. This is like a Rambo movie, Sean.
This is terrifying. Can he do it?
Oh, on the right side, a big engagement could go down. No, they decide to retreat. That one probe man trying to hide behind the pylon. He will not help you, though. He does rejoin with the army,
he's
though.
Part of the army now.
God, he feels so awesome.
But TaeJa knows that the most important thing that he needs right now is Vikings. These starports have been lifted and have produced 5 total Vikings. Scouting through mid, spots the gold expansion. What a match, too, Husky.
Yeah, an awesome game, too, right now. Still could go either way, especially some of those medevacs get caught out of position. Zealot's going to try and get out of here. Looks like they will get caught out of position. No Marauder's slow, though, so it is going to be forcing a stem here. And it does look like that high-yield expansion will be spotted. He did attack it right away, though, so the SCV is actually going to be able to get out of there safely. Command center might go down, and no, he chased the workers.
Well, looks like right now it's a very smart move that we're seeing TaeJa do. He's running around with his medevacs trying to pick off these isolated Zealots.
Oh, the SCV's on the left side. Zealots eating those up there, and no Zealot legs there, so the remainder of them will survive. But I'm trying to decide, is mobility better right now, or is it going to be the pure army strength? Because we're seeing both players try to use that one advantage that they have. Oh, no blink, though. Can't chase it down.
Now, in this position, MacSed should absolutely be continuing to engage. This one Phoenix in the top left is going to be his saving grace. If for some reason TaeJa says, you know what, a draw seems like a smart idea, Phoenix is going to come out and going to cut down that floating building. MacSed's gathering all his units together. We see TaeJa trying to rebuild, but of course MacSed's staying on the aggressive.
Ooh, that one probe is mixed in the army. There we go. That's what you want to do. Run the stalkers into the buildings and then start attacking them. So TaeJa may not realize it right away, but at the same time, a drop up in the top right side. You're going to be cleaning out buildings. And actually, the structures for Protoss only at 2 pylons. Those are the 2 pylons at the expansion as well. I believe he brought the probe along for the ride, but he needs to remember to throw something down.
God. Oh, this.
He needs to,
he needs to do it now. He needs to do it now. Where's the structure?
He's got to do it. He's got to do it. Down it goes. Narrowly getting that down. And remember, Sean, he does have enough for a Nexus. And the barracks goes down as well. TaeJa being wise, never engaging this army directly, but this is a Protoss's worst nightmare, where you may not have enough to split your army up and protect your pylon, but you also don't have enough to move out on the map while your opponent is rebuilding. Mules being dropped at the natural. Income at 1,000. Mules are pretty good. Big stem running through the middle. But what does MacSed do in this situation?
Oh, God, MacSed has to engage us perfectly. I mean, does TaeJa realize? TaeJa must not realize that there's this stem right here. TaeJa's about to walk into a trap.
He's got to go for it. He's got to try and get it. He gets it. There's a pylon on the way. There's a pylon on the bottom side. God. He actually got that up in time. TaeJa with the big moves.
Look at the structures tab. It's empty.
But he hasn't lost because it's in production.
Dude, this
the pylon's like, don't worry, I'm here to save you guys.
Oh my God! It looks like Pylo making a cameo in this event down at the bottom side.
Oh, you, Sean.
Oh, me. Oh, Husk.
I also like how he has no units over by the pylon. He's like, well, it's fine.
I think MacSed's going to set up home right here and begin to rebuild.
Well, he's only got 400 minerals. 450 to be exact. And he could drop that down if he decides to. Oh, God, the pylon. Okay, threw down an assimilator. Everyone calm down. It's okay. But he is now under that 400 mineral mark, so he has to try and get a kill. Has to get here.
Fire this, and it looks like he's going to be able to take this down.
And the Zealot up in the north going to be taking one out as well, but keep in mind there's more command centers down on the bottom left side. TaeJa supply way lower, but at the same time he has places he can actually expand
cancel.
to.
Cancel. No, he doesn't get it. He needs those resources. Right now he only has 4 more assimilators, which is quite low in this position.
I just feel like MacSed, since he can't establish a base here, might eventually get out microed here by TaeJa. Keep in mind that TaeJa's supply is only at 28. This is 28 to 77, and he does have worker advantage. Got to be careful here, Vikings. But with no blink and no charge, Sean, I feel like all these units can safely escape. TaeJa having the perseverance right now. He's also got a lot of money because of those mules. He also has barracks in the top right side, going to be producing units eventually. Actually, right now,
Where's
yeah.
this probe? There it is. You can see the health bar of it just underneath that Colossus.
Oh, the 1Zell trying to bait him. Can he do it, though? TaeJa unable to escape right now. Not paying attention. He's looking somewhere else. He's got to be losing 2 medevacs and the ground units. And, no,
he's
gets
gonna
it
lose.
right there. And the ground
no.
units. Great control here from MacSed so far. Command center is down the bottom center. Not actually doing anything, even though I think that they could if they tried. And indeed, they are going to be doing just that. MacSed still continuing to be aggressive. He needs to move to the top right side. Does he have any air units? I forget if he lost that Phoenix. No, he still has the 1 Phoenix, but there's 4 Vikings here.
Oh, no. If these 2 get into burning range, then
God.
this is likely
that
going
one's
to be
definitely going to be a
MacSed's
burning
match.
range. The other one not in range. Oh, that one's got to go down, bumping into the other one. The other commander is saying, hey, don't come over here. And remember, he can land it and drop some more mules to save that one. He's not going to be able to do that in time. It looks like there is an attack up on the top right
it's
side.
floating it away.
And he's going to try and take these out. I don't actually know what game we're watching, Sean. It's just so ridiculous. As we are watching the buildings over here try to float away. TaeJa has a lot of barracks, but no way to produce out of them. And the command center over here. Ooh, 1 falls. This is the last one. It is so close to that burning range, too. And remember, burning range technically isn't just in red. It is in orange. And this one is also in orange. So just a couple of shots away there from burning down. Whew. I don't think we're going to ever see a straight-on engagement as TaeJa has to continue skirting around the edges of the map. And
this is the real saving grace, is this single Phoenix, the lone Phoenix in the top left.
They make movies about units like that, Sean.
The last few, well, I mean, in this case, it would be kind of a funny movie. It'd be just like, well, the hero just kind of sat quietly in the corner until he won the game. But these Vikings, if these Vikings fall, that Phoenix gets to snap up into action. TaeJa's got to be so careful. Oh, no, he loses the medevac.
Couple more Marines got to get taken out. They're trying to focus down the Stalkers here. They're only going to get 1 for their efforts. All of a sudden, it's only 17 supply here. That's 4 Vikings and 4 Marines. And the rest of the army is protecting the assimilator. I think with that, he actually has no way of killing this off unless he can start mining again. It's going to come down to that because the army supply is just way too advantageous for MacSed as he's got a lot of army protecting that assimilator. That's the important part. That cannot be focused down by 4 Marines.
Oh, the Vikings getting range again. No! Oh, a disaster!
And he does lose.
He's going to get him.
1, 2, 3. 1 Viking remains. And that should be it. I mean, the supply is 1 Viking to 4 Marines. There's 5 SCVs still somehow alive. The Orbital Command going to try and land, literally going down to the last man, but I don't know. It's the assimilator that could, Sean.
Oh, no. Oh, this is going to be an insane finish, MacSed now. He's charging in. He trusts it. This is enough to protect his 1 lone structure. And once he's eliminated the rest of these units, he just needs to fly in with that Phoenix, 1-shot the Viking, and then begin throwing darts until those buildings are destroyed.
Oh, he's going to try and get some of the Stalkers, but that's going to be it. This might actually be the GG. TaeJa's not going to have anything left. An absolute nail-biter of a last game right here as MacSed able to win a base race.
There it is. MacSed descends with a single Phoenix, the one that was chrono boosted as his base was dying.
The Vikings in there, he takes him out.
Down.
That's got to be the last unit. 0 supply to 73. That's going to be it for TaeJa. The last thing he can possibly do right now is land that command center. Try and drop those mules. That's not going to be enough, though, Sean.
Unbelievable.
And GG.